aka Geeks.
What's up, everybody? It's Lynn with AKA Geeks coming at you during the start of E3. With me is Sean.
Hey,
Sean's either tired or very, very excited. I don't know which one yet.
I'm feeling keto right now.
Theo,
Huh? Yeah, I'm feeling keto pretty bad right now.
yeah. Are you finally doing the crash?
I started feeling it yesterday. I
Yeah.
started, but I've been feeling like the fever stuff like randomly throughout the week. Like I'll just start getting hot like internally and start sweating. It's crazy.
That's the less sugar and less carb stuff.
Yeah, and then
You should be able to pass that pretty soon.
yeah, and then yesterday was a bad day. Like I was freaking I was shaking. I was shaking, and I was trying to cut my food, and yeah, and so I was sweating, and like right now my stomach is just kind of not feeling so great, and I'm hot and I'm sweaty, and yeah, so it's just draining me right now.
You'll get over that, home. You're almost on the. You said you've been doing it for like a week, so that
So
the sweats and all that.
it's been a week now that I started. I started last Monday.
Okay, you'll be almost done with it by the end of this week, or at least halfway through the end of the week. You'll be
Oh,
good. Anyway,
so
well, we're not here to talk to you guys about
I
dieting. That's for sure.
just drained
But
right now.
yeah, I know. It's like, but we're gonna start things off with how the day started. We're gonna start with some Microsoft news.
All right.
Um, First things first. What was your overall opinion of the show?
I thought it was a really good conference. I don't think there, to me, there wasn't any. I don't know, like the big bang kind of moment. Like they were really good bangs, like really good like pops, like of laughter and everything.
Yeah.
Like honestly, seeing Ori the Will o Wisp gave me chills, and gave me goosebumps. Cyberpunk, like you could hear the crowd as well, like they're amped for it.
Yeah.
Uh, seeing Gears that the CGI trailer for Escape for the game mode was freaking badass. So like I felt like really good about it. I felt it was solid. There's nothing bad that I don't think there's anything bad that you could say about it. They gave you 60 games. I was counting them on my phone because I was numbering each item they talked about throughout it, and I got to 34 items or
Yeah.
34 different things that they did. But I didn't even number only the indies, the ID at Xbox. I only needed
Yeah,
one.
Xbox.
Yeah, because that
Yeah,
was
I, I was trying to write them down, and I'm like, nope, I can't do this because they were
yeah.
flashing too quickly. So
But
I
like I feel like really, I feel they did what they set out to do was they gave us a bunch of different types of games. They gave us some big heavy hitters. They showed us some of the games from their new studios,
yeah.
and so I think it's great. They didn't show us obviously like gameplay from Halo, and they didn't even show us any Gears gameplay. It was all CGI.
I've already seen gameplay because through
Last
Mixer.
year, yeah,
Yeah, but through Mixer they actually did. Because remember, Rod came out. Well, I was gonna go through it, but Rod
yeah.
came out. He mentioned that he was gonna have some guys playing the new mode.
Uh,
So so on the Gears Mixer page, they had them playing it. So I was
Today.
watching. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Shortly after, right before Bethesda came on, I was watching it.
so I was obviously away because I didn't get to watch it till after it was over.
Yeah.
But
By
I
this time, you had already messaged me, and you were saying you were on the tail end of the Microsoft press
yeah,
conference.
that was right when they were talking about the new console, and
Mhm.
so I was just giving you a heads up. Like I was like I'm caught up kind of Bethesda thing, yeah. But I feel like it was awesome. Like awesome's a strong word. Let me change that. It was a really great, really good, great to great press conference. It had no weak points for me. Everything they showed me was like, oh, that's really cool. Or they're doing something that is like an effort to better the gaming situation for the players, you
Yeah.
know? And maybe not all of the stuff they showed is in my wheelhouse of what I want to play, but I appreciate the fact that they're going in so many different directions.
Right.
But yeah, I think it was a really good one. Sorry.
So we're gonna break it down little by little by certain titles, and I'm gonna pick your head about them. So they
Yeah.
started everything out with Outer Worlds, which surprised me that they started with Outer Worlds right off the bat, and I did not expect a release date for this
Or which
to
one?
Outer Worlds.
Yeah. The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, because it's right around the corner. It's coming out in October.
I was so happy that they let off with that because I was just really excited about that.
But what gets me, I think it's intriguing that they went with Obsidian first because that shows how much support that they actually have in them to do what they want to do. And we both know that it's not exclusive because this is pre the deal. But they said, hey, doesn't matter. We're shining a light on you. We're giving you the opening spotlight. They were the baby face of a match, and they went over with the crowd big time. And that game, that had to be so peaked, man.
I like how they were kind of they the what we saw of it previously.
Yeah,
It's not like this. This was like showing that you could be a psycho,
you
like
could
in the sense you
completely
could be a
be
be,
badass or straight up hero, baby
yeah.
face.
I like that, and I thought that showing that game first was awesome.
Yeah,
But
so
now, like as to start off though, right there, that one's October 25th. Before the end of the day, that fall slate has really filled up really fast already.
by the end of this one, by the end of this,
Yeah,
not including Bethesda, but just by the end of them,
yeah,
that fall slate is packed already. Then we
yeah.
got we got Ninja Theory came out. They were talking about Bleeding Edge, which is a 4v4 battle.
Yes. That's the one I want to get into that technical alpha to try
Yeah,
it out because that one I'm happy that we get to see it in Ninja Theory. They're doing their own thing, but it's not my wheelhouse. That's kind of what I mentioned. Like it looks cool, but it's not really my type of game. So I definitely want to try that in the
a
technical alpha.
4v4. That's I mean, this is like the you know typical. This is like a gameplay that would be attached to like a Halo
Yeah,
or Gears, but with an objective. And this just has the objective is you just got to beat the other team, which looked cool. But I'm wondering. I like this because it's a completely different take than Hellblade.
yep,
Completely different take, and I think that shows their gravitas to experiment and branch out more and get out of their comfort zone. So I do like that, and I'd like to get in that alpha just for that as well. Then
exactly.
of
Yeah,
course, like you mentioned, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. That's coming out February 11th, 2020. This is the third year they show Ori, and I'm like, come on, guys,
give us the
2020.
game ready.
I'm already ready for this.
It was, it was so beautiful. It looks like
Yes.
they added like more boss stuff. Like there was more boss stuff, right? That's
And
what
it
it
looked
looked.
like it. Not only that, it looked like Ori was able to do a little bit more in those boss fights.
Mhm. And
You know,
then when we played it last year, he had new moveset,
Mhm.
new skill sets. But
Yeah,
it looked really good. It looks beautiful. Like I said, I got goosebumps watching it. So
yeah. That's definitely a must buy for both of us, straight off the
yeah,
bat. But we said that 2 years ago.
really, right now I was just going down my list and putting buy next to the ones I'm buying, so I
Yeah.
know how to save my money.
But luckily, Ori's not going to be that much when it comes out, unless they make it extremely huge. So I think Ori came out at $40, the first
I think
one.
so. I think so too. $40, 30 or 40.
Yeah. So, and then we had an interesting game from Mojang.
Kids are gonna love this.
Oh, I showed them this, and they were completely gung ho. And what's funny is that my oldest goes like, "Oh, I heard of that." I'm like, "You couldn't have heard of that. This is their first time talking about it." And he was swearing up and down. And it's like, so he's already dead set. Um, this is
Minecraft
not
Villages.
Yeah, so it's a Diablo-esque RPG with classes, typical classes that you would find in a role-playing game.
And it looked like it's co-op as well. And then they put
Yeah,
it at the
four
end.
player.
With the guy hit it with the axe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's four
that's cool.
co-op.
Couch and online.
Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. Then they went into Jedi Fallen Order, which they showed us sort of like the intro to him, and writing that AT-AT was like, well, dude, that game's gonna have me so ready.
It looks really cool. Um, I mean, we also watched EA Play yesterday. At
Yep,
least I did, and
I did.
okay. And so they showed us more gameplay in that yesterday, but today they showed us more of like a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of sizzle reel CGI stuff.
I'm not
Uh,
gonna lie, I preferred this trailer than the actual gameplay trailer that they showed yesterday
uh,
because as I watched that trailer 3 to 4 times after EA Play, and I was still like, because they were saying all of that's fluid. You're not pressing buttons to create these moves, so you have to do a certain formula to do this. So that, and I'm like, well, okay, so the force pull, then force throw that he does to some of the troopers, how quickly do you need to react, and like what type of combination is that going to be? So it was a little bit more exciting today's trailer than yesterday's.
I liked it. I thought it was good. Honestly, I'm still undecided on if I want to buy that game.
It's Star Wars, so I'm going to get it. It's,
Yeah, but it did look good. It looked good.
yeah. Then we had a surprising game for me because when I saw that I caught it within the first 10 seconds what it was. I was like, no way. Because once the radio came over and they said Black Hills, I'm like, no, this would not be Blair Witch. And then little by little, Blair Witch, all of it gets shown, and I'm like, this is weird. This one has me a little like, because this one came out of left field and it's coming out in August.
I really don't play horror games, so I was like, oh, cool. I was like, cool, and not because I'm scared of them or anything like that. I don't watch horror movies either, really. It was more of a like this again. This is what I said earlier. Is like this is cool because there's a section of people that want this game, you know,
Yeah.
like, and that's cool that they're getting one of their studios or somebody to make it, or they're really trying to get the third party studios to be something exclusive.
Yeah, I love the Blair Witch films,
Uh,
especially the first one. So seeing that it's going to continue in some shape or form
uh,
in the game, it's cool. And for a minute, I almost thought if I didn't hear the radio say Black Hills, I almost thought that this was going to be an Alan Wake game because you saw the
That's what I was
flashlight.
thinking because the flashlight.
Yeah,
I was like, is this? Well, first off, I was like, it's a horror game. Silent Hill. No, then wait, they're doing a lot with the flashlight. Is that Alan Wake? And then I was like, no, this can't be Alan Wake. Alan Wake's not a horror game. So that's
uh,
yeah. Is it?
yeah. It's got a
Okay.
lot of horror elements. It's supernatural horror in a sense. But once I knew that the monsters weren't getting killed by the flashlight, then not a big deal.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I'm happy that again another game that they were allowed to showcase, and that's a game that's for people that might not be me. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Then we got one of the big hitters, one of the big heavy hitters for the night. And that was Cyberpunk.
Yes,
And they showed us a new trailer.
that was a cool ass trailer.
That was
That
a badass trailer.
was a
I think
really cool trailer.
that one was better than the gameplay trailer they gave us last year, which was almost an hour. You
Yeah,
know, it's
I
like,
like this trailer. It was like bloody, gory, and gritty. You know, I
yeah.
like.
Now, what's weird? They introduced us to some of the characters a little bit more in detail with the trailer. They also announced somebody else who's gonna be in this trailer, and that was Keanu Reeves. We didn't get his character name, at least I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. But this is cool because one of my favorite movies with Keanu Reeves in it is Johnny Mnemonic, which has the same formula as Cyberpunk because
Yeah,
it is a cyberpunk type film.
yeah.
So I just wish that in that film he was playing Johnny Mnemonic. That would be awesome. But this one was a little weird because this one didn't have a lot of first person mode.
No, they did all. It was all CGI. It wasn't even in gameplay. It was no
Yeah,
gameplay.
it's like,
But
but it was all cutscenes.
it leads me to believe though you can do things like with his arms in the game, like
Yeah.
to out the sword. So it leads me to believe that. So
Well, yeah, that was sort of the idea when they released that one statue of the girl and the teaser trailer with her getting shot with the blades coming out. So
yeah,
that's just a combination of what we saw before.
yeah.
So, but I mean, it'd be nice if they let you switch between first and third on the fly, just for seeing moments like that. Because I thought the world was more alive seeing it in third person perspective than first person. I don't know. Then we had something called Spirit Fairs, which was kind of cute. That was the little girl on the boat that was taking the animals.
Yeah, I will say that it looks like a beautiful cartoon, but
Yeah,
I don't understand what the game is from what they showed me. So
I. It looked like she was taking all the animals to their little.
humanoid animals,
Yeah,
humanoid animals.
yeah, and I guess she was transporting them because if you notice towards the end, they showed the constellations above her when
Yeah,
she let go of the deer. So I'm
yeah,
wondering. So that's what I took from it. Maybe she's like sending them off into the skies, you know,
yeah.
to the heaven. So then we got
They,
Battletoads.
yeah, and that one was cool. I wasn't knowing. I didn't know what to expect from that. I was like, are they gonna keep it cartoony, or they're gonna try to amp it up? And so they kept it more cartoonish.
This one's a lot different than the original game.
This one's like
Trust me.
way. The other
This
one was like more rough around the edges, kind of, right? And this one was
well,
super smooth. Like, I
no,
mean, obviously a different console.
yeah, because the original game was just level after level platforming type game. This one is more like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that you
Yes.
see in arcades where you could be four players. In this case, three. And it's like most of the side-scrolling beat 'em ups from back
Yeah.
in the day, which I thought it was cool. It was a little too sloppy, a little too busy in certain spots.
Well, not only that, the screen was busy because
Yeah,
they're showing us and they had stuff around it, didn't they?
yeah, and they had like
So
the cartoon lettering getting thrown all over the place.
it was too
So
much for me. I was like,
it was a little too messy for me.
I would like to see gameplay unless that's how it looks, but I'd like to see gameplay.
Yeah, I think that's what we see is what we're getting. But they didn't. Also, another year. Last year was the logo announcement, and they said coming soon. This year we get this trailer. No
Nothing.
coming soon. No release date. So this is going to come out whenever it comes out.
This is a that is to me like a PlayStation deal right there. Like how they just keep showing us a little thing and a little thing and never tell us anything.
Yeah,
That's
and but luckily they're doing this with smaller titles,
yes, not the
which I
major.
appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we had.
Battletoads is not going to be the 10 million seller.
Oh, I don't think so. But then we had something called the Legend of Right.
I think there's something else in the title at the
Yeah.
end,
Toward,
but I
towards the
couldn't read
beginning,
it.
I couldn't read that either. But I took it from because that when it said press start, it just said the Legend of Right at the
Yes,
beginning. So I took that as the title.
that's what I
But
put as well.
that's one of those games that it's not going to be for everybody, but because of the artistic idea behind it, has
Um,
me completely intrigued. I'm
yeah,
so intrigued with that game because I want to know about it.
wasn't my cup of tea. I'll say that.
I
So
don't think it's going to be a lot of people's cup of tea, but I like those quirky, weird games, and this is definitely one of them that fits that boat for me. So then we had Fantastic Drive, which was part of the uh,
ID at Xbox.
at Xbox games. That's one of the only ones I was able to grab. So if you grabbed any of the other ones,
Well, After Party and then some other stuff. After Party looks cool.
After Party, I read about in the latest Xbox magazine, official Xbox magazine. It's a cartoonish 2D adventure game that takes place in the underworld, and your character is trying to hold a party for everyone who's passed over, and your decisions matter in the game. So it's interesting. So I just wish they would have given a couple of those games a little bit more time than just a quick idea at Xbox.
It was probably about 5 to 9 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say more like 3 to 5, but yeah, that seems better. Then they talked the Game Pass for the PC.
Yeah,
and they mentioned the Ultimate. Now the Ultimate gives you everything under the sun.
Yes.
Gives you the Game Pass, Xbox Live, and Game Pass PC, all for $15.
I am contemplating of just switching over to that and paying the 15 a month. The reason being is because then that would mean I get Game Pass for PC, and so I could possibly be on the laptop somewhere, play some games.
But you know what gets me? What happened to Play Anywhere titles? You know,
it's just evolving.
Exactly. But my thing, and I wish they would have done this, is for current subscribers of Game Pass, they should automatically be put into Game Pass for PC.
Yeah.
It should not be an additional tack on, because that sort of screws the pooch for everybody who's been on since day one with Game Pass.
So essentially, you're paying the $10 for Game Pass, and you're paying for essentially a $60 year membership for Xbox Live. But you're buying through this specific Ultimate. So that's the only thing. So I'm wondering how people like you and I, how do we get this benefit? You know?
Exactly. Because we both have Live, obviously, and we both have Game Pass. Where's the benefit for those of us who have those already to say, yeah, I'll try Game Pass on PC? Because then I can play some of my Xbox games on PC. Some of the titles they mentioned are going to be on there are already on Xbox to begin with, so it's just a transfer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so that's what I want to know. And then I want to know also, what about, is it going to include like cross save and things like that?
They mentioned cross save. They did mention cross save and cross play for that, as far as Game Pass goes. But I just wish they would have had a little bit more time towards this and explained it a little bit more. You know?
Yeah.
Because a year, that's over $180, I believe.
15 times 12, so yeah, you're talking a little bit more.
10 months is $150.
Yeah.
So 15 months, that's $30, $180.
Yeah.
For a year. So that's $60, which would be Xbox Live. Then $70-something, which would be the normal Game Pass at $10 a month. So it's sort of, it feels like you are getting something for free.
Yes.
If you do it this route. But I don't know. I just wish a little bit more explanation would have been done there, if anything. Yeah.
Hopefully they'll do an interview in one of these things that are after. And
especially during the days that Major Nelson starts talking about. I hope they get more delve into it more in there. So then they showed us Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Now, I was like, really? And then at the same time, I was like, well, I mean, it would be cool if you had this for like VR or something.
To be fair, Flight Simulator was awesome on PC, and watching this, because watching it through Mixer on the TV, I was able to switch my settings and watch in full 4K. That simulator is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah. Some of it I couldn't tell if it was pictures from a satellite or actual. Yeah. And I was like,
that's how good it was.
So that was interesting. It looked great.
And right after, obviously this being right after the announcement of the Game Pass for PC, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be Game Pass day one on PC.
Yeah.
The same with the next game, which was Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition, which just is a remaster of an old strategy game. Another game, not my tech, not never been my cup of tea. Never could do strategy games, but it is what it is. People will like it. Then we had Wasteland 3, which was a world premiere, but obviously not an exclusive. I'm starting to pick up on them when it comes to this. I
They
know,
started changing their words around.
yeah,
This
because
I don't think they even said exclusive about anything. Even like even Gears, they didn't say exclusive. Like they remember they did the last couple years.
actually there is one that he did say was exclusive, console exclusive, and that was
Oh,
Crossfire X.
yeah.
Because
Oh yeah, yeah.
he mentioned that.
Well, and then Fantasy Star Online too. They said it's only coming to Xbox One.
Yeah.
But other than that, like when we're going through this, like Wasteland 3, I don't recall. They just said world premiere, like you said.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
mostly all the
so
other ones. Anything
yeah,
that was third party that was not coming out of anything that they bought, they just pull world premiere, which I appreciate that for. Because that
yeah.
way it's less confusing in comparison to previous years. And then they announced that they bought another studio, which
Yep.
is one of my favorite studios, which makes meeting Tim Schafer last year so much more. It gave me so much feels. And they
Yeah.
showed us a new image for Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so happy with the pig as shit. Because I was so worried that Double Fine would go the way of the Dodo if they didn't get a hit.
Uh,
So now that they're under the Microsoft Game Studios,
they don't
they
have to
could
go to Kickstarter every game.
exactly, and they
Yeah.
could just make what they want, put it out, and they'll get an audience right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because I was so worried about them. Then they mentioned that we're going to get a complete Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga,
Yes.
all
Next.
9 films. Now this is sometime in 2020, they just fall 2020.
It
So this
just
is
says
after,
2020.
yeah. So after the movie releases, of course. Um, uh, typical
You
Lego
already,
game.
you already own all of them though.
No, actually, they haven't done the last two.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They didn't do Last Jedi, and
Well, it's gonna be a good deal. You're gonna get a lot of game for your buck.
and it's
So
not the first time that TT Games and Warner Brothers have done this with the Star Wars franchise, because the original series was released on Xbox 360 after it originally came out on Xbox. Then when they did the new trilogy, they added them together and made a collection of them. Now this is the complete Skywalker collection.
yeah.
So this will be cool, and they'll probably be in order from episode 1 to episode 9. So then we found out more about that Dragon Ball Z project,
The project.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah. Looks interesting, but I don't know. Like, it's an RPG game.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're playing
so
as Goku.
yeah, yeah. So I don't. I wonder how it's going to control. We'll see. But it's going through the whole Dragon Ball Z saga, Cell games, Frieza, everything.
Up to a certain point, because one of the developers was talking with someone from IGN, and he said, you know,
Well, they didn't show the Cell saga. I should rephrase that. They didn't
right,
show the Cell saga. They just
because
went.
the Matt Schofield, who is at IGN, he does the Up at Noon. He was the one talking with him, and he mentioned, "Was this going to take Goku all the way through Super or anything?" And the guy said, "No, this is just specifically Dragon Ball Z." And he can't say up to what point it ends, but it's not going to go all the way through everything. And there's no Brawly mention or what have you.
Oh,
So he kept it very mum on how far it's going to go, but it's not going to go all the way to where it is currently. So then we had, which I believe this game should have been part of the ID at Xbox trailer, 12 minutes.
yeah, yeah. They're really highlighting this one, and
Yeah,
it looks like a really small game. But I mean,
it's another one that it's interesting because it's not something that you're used to seeing
yeah.
in general.
I wonder if it's the entire game, if it's only a 12-minute time loop, so it only takes place in the apartment, the living dining area and the bedroom. They showed them, you know, kissing and canoodling.
Yeah.
Uh, they didn't show him taking a shit in the bathroom, so we don't know if that happens. But
And they didn't show anything outside of that. And the one cop looks like Hitman, Agent 47.
yeah,
So
he did not look like a cop. We'll just say that.
yeah, he did not look like a cop. Then we got something called Wade to the Woods,
Uh huh.
which
A
is
deer.
set for 2020.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I was like, I don't know what this is, and this doesn't entice me.
Yeah,
There,
this one I don't know why they focused because it was like 2 minutes that they gave it, two
this
three
is
minutes.
this is a game that the artsy fartsy people will like.
But even those of us who like those weird type of games, I nothing about this appealed to me whatsoever. I even turned away and started looking at the cat on the floor. This completely lost my attention.
Yeah, I will change my statement now that I'm going back to the list. There are a couple down spots for me. Age of
Yeah.
Empires 2 was a down spot, and Way to the Woods was a down spot.
Well, Age of Empires was for the PC crowd.
Yeah, so there's a crowd for it.
Yeah,
Not
and it made perfect sense from where it was put. It was after the Game Pass, after the Flight Simulator, so it
yeah,
made perfect sense for it to be there. And they've been mentioning Age of Empires being done for the last E3. They mentioned it, and I believe the one before. So then we got another big heavy hitter. We got
yes.
Gears 5 coming out September 10th, which God, it doesn't give me a lot of time. I already got half my Lancer paid for, and I got to figure out what the Ultimate Edition is going to cost because they announced the Ultimate Edition, and you'll have 4 days early access if you get the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah,
There's a new game mode called Escape,
and that was the
and
CG thing that we were talking about.
yeah, it's like Horde. Basically, you run in, plant the bomb, and then you got to run away from the poison, and as you're running away, you got to clear out everything that's in front of you.
Yeah,
And as you get to, from what I saw from the gameplay, you get to a safe room, you shut the door, and then you got like a few minute breather before you have to start it all up again, and the poison starts coming after you again.
uh,
It's like wave after wave. I don't know how many waves it's going to be because
uh,
I think the three pro wrestlers that were playing it with
yeah.
Rod, they were trying to beat the 16-minute time limit that Rod Ferguson had given them.
Okay.
And you can actually build some of your own escape rooms and add, different things to make it harder. And there's also going to be the cards like you have in Horde mode, so you can actually make yourself a little bit more stronger as you go on. And there's actually ultimate modes for each character of the that was shown. That's why you had the girl with the electric knife.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought
Yeah,
that was
that's
freaking.
her. That's her ultimate. She can only
Yeah.
pull that out as like a killer move, but she has to build up for it. Another guy throws a heavy load of ammo. He throws an ammo box out, and you sit in that circle. And as you get ammo from him, he gets even more ammo, just because you being in that circle.
Okay.
I didn't see what the older black guy power was, um, but seems like all three of those characters are going to be part of the new Gears of War comic that's coming out. And
Okay.
that's where you can find out more of their backstory. So,
Gotcha.
but there is going to be a story inside the Escape game as well. And
Oh, go ahead.
they also mentioned that as a pre-order, you're going to get the Terminator Dark Fate bonus. And that's not just the T800, which they showed badassly with the Lancer, but you also get Sarah Connor as a playable
Okay.
character. So that's going to be interesting. I'm looking for it. Gears. I can't wait to play the campaign.
They also did a Gears story CGI thing where the girl, I forget her name from 4, was
Kate.
like, yeah, Kate. She was all going crazy with that
Yeah.
stupid with dumbass Billie Eilish music.
Yeah, I don't get why people like that song.
I don't know. I
I
don't. I don't think she's very talented. But
But
anyway,
to be
they
fair, I say this now: out of all the previous Gears musical trailers that they've ever done, this is the worst one that they've done,
yeah.
and that's
I
my
like the
personal opinion.
CGI one for Escape better.
Yeah,
Escape,
exactly.
yeah, that was freaking
But I'm
awesome.
talking about as far as the one that had any type of music that was telling the story of what was going on, like they've done previous past with all the other games. This one did nothing for me musically. It was like, nope, did not
You
care.
got let's make another musical CGI trailer for the story. What do the millennials like these days? Oh, that girl that really doesn't sing, Billie Eilish. Let's get her. Let's get her
Yeah.
music. It's for the millennials. That's who it's for.
Then they announced the Elite controller.
Woo! The
I
only,
want
this
as
was
much.
only missing one thing. You know what was missing?
What?
Was that they said that you can get this from the design lab too.
That would be awesome.
Because then I would
That
buy that.
awesome.
Yeah.
You can get it in the color you want. You know, it already had the rubber grips on the side, so you didn't have to pay extra for that. But that would have been nice if they let you do that. God, I would kill for an Elite controller. I so would kill for one.
I'm not going to be buying one.
Oh,
I
I'm
would.
not.
But
As much
it's
as I would
just
like one,
yeah.
I've said it. I can't see myself bringing out 150, and who knows if this one's gonna be 200 with all the
Uh,
new stuff added to it for a controller.
yeah.
Unless that
It
thing was made out of sterner stuff that's never gonna break, I
yeah.
can't see myself doing that.
Or give you replacement pieces or something.
Yeah, for life.
Yeah. Well, for at least a
for the
10 year.
for, yeah, for the life of the controller is what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um, then we had Dying Light, which is a new trailer coming out in spring 2020.
I thought
What
this
you
was awesome.
What'd you think of the character?
Is this name is Aiden? I think you said.
Yeah,
He's infected. He's wearing a wristband. Um, I thought what they showed us was really, really freaking cool. So it made me really happy. I
yeah.
was like,
I'm wondering if
I never
there's.
played the first one, but I want to, and so this one looked really good.
It's in my. I know that because I have it here somewhere. I have the one that has the following, which had all the expansion. But I'm wondering if he's infected. If we get the like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing, like once it turns dark, you can actually play as him all.
Yeah, maybe nighttime he gets certain perks or something.
Yeah, like he gets a little bit stronger or something faster. So,
Yeah,
because still getting chased by the other zombies. So,
yeah. And I'm wondering maybe because it was beeping red, but there was green lights. So I'm
yeah,
wondering if there's certain things you have to get to stop you from turning.
yeah. Sort of like Zombrex in.
Yes, yes.
Then we saw our first glimpse at Forza, but not a new Forza game.
Nope.
It was an expansion for Forza Horizon 4, and this made me laugh. I thought this was the funniest
Every
part of the whole show.
everything is awesome. Everything is awesome.
Because
Yeah,
once that song kicked in and everything turned to Lego, I was
yeah.
like, "Oh no, they didn't."
And it's this week.
Yes, the 13th they said.
Lego Speed Champions. It's an
Yes,
expansion, and I'm assuming it's something you have to purchase.
and they actually showed a fully sized Lego built McLaren
Ah,
on stage. No other Forza mention whatsoever.
no.
This
That'd
was
have been
the
a
year
good
for
one to predict.
motorsports.
That would have been a good one to predict. Yeah, we're gonna get a new Forza game or something. They're
I,
gonna bring a car stage again, like
well,
they.
I think I didn't mention motorsport because I mentioned that this was the year for motorsport because they usually take every other year.
Yeah,
So, what's turn 10? I mean, what are they doing?
yeah. We can get to that at the end of
Yeah,
something that said
then they showed Gears Pop.
mobile game. It looks cool for a phone.
I'm sort of a little bit pissed off about this, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Um, Gears Pop did a collector's box of Funko Pops exclusive to the box. You can't get them anywhere else. And inside they gave you a code for Gears Pop. $75 was this box. Now not only did you get the four pop exclusive pops, you got a hat, a book, an art book, and things like that, and the code. So I thought, okay, $60 for the game sort of makes sense. But the fact that it's a mobile iOS Android game,
Yeah.
and I paid $75 for a code, sort of peeves me. Sort of peeves me.
Well, you got nice pops though, so.
Yeah, but not on top of that, each Gears of War pop that comes out or is out right now on shelves comes with a code for Gears Pop
Oh, okay.
to add on, I guess, said character.
Oh, okay.
Because of course, it being tied to Funko, they're tying all the Gears Pops
Yeah.
to the game.
So it's almost like an amiibo
Yes,
of certain games.
but through a code.
Yeah.
So think about it: 4 of those at $75, and then I just got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pops that each have a code. It's a lot of money already for a game that is going to be living on my phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, not happy. So then we got State of Decay 2 has a new expansion called Heartland, and it told the story from 2 different perspectives, but each person looking for someone. What'd you think?
I like it. I've not played much of State of Decay, only a little bit. And that was the first one, not the second one.
Yeah.
It has again, that has an audience. The game has an audience, so I'm all for them developing it more, you know?
If you like the Walking Dead and you like Resident Evil, this is a great game for someone that if you want to play a zombie apocalypse game with someone you can trust and help out to build your community together. It's awesome. You know.
Yeah.
So I downloaded Heartland because it's on Game Pass right now. But you go buy it, I think it's like $20 for the actual expansion. Then we got Sega with Fantasy Online 2, which is supposed to be spring 2020. And they said this is going to have every character, every DLC that had already been released, all in one package and free to play.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious if that's legit
And it's never been in the West. They said the West.
Yeah, it's making its appearance in the West. And
now we'll only play it on Xbox One.
I think that's gonna be timed.
Yeah, but they said it's gonna come over here and you can only play it on Xbox One. So if it is timed, they didn't mention it.
Right. And then we mentioned this before, that Crossfire X, which I forgot who was it that was doing that. What studio was doing that? That's another one that they called exclusive.
Yeah, it was. He said it like we were supposed to know who they were, but I don't know who they were. It looks interesting. Yeah, it looked interesting, but it was CGI and it wasn't a CGI trailer that is like telling you what is going to happen in the game. It's more of a CGI trailer just to kind of almost set a tone, I guess.
Yeah. My wife showed me a puppy trying to get backwards. And of course, it's a chubby husky, so she has to stop everything.
Oh, gosh.
I got it.
But it's cute.
Okay. Yep. I'll be in there. Then we have Tales of Arise, which is another world premiere. The other one's set for 2020. And another RPG.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
I'm wondering if these 3 games are specifically targeting the Japanese audience.
They're trying to get some people in Japan, maybe, or people that are fans of Japanese things.
Right. because these three back to back to back reminded me back when the 360 when they announced Blue Dragon, Infinite Undiscovery,
Yeah.
those three games, and it had that same type of feel. Then we got Borderlands 3.
Amazing trailer.
God, that looked amazing, man.
Socks off. Knocked my socks off. That was an amazing trailer.
I'm running with
I'm doing
Mo's.
the operative.
Well, I'm running with Mo's just because that mech is complete badass. And then I might run my second character is going to be the animal trainer because he looked awesome too. Yes, because he looked awesome too. But I cannot wait for Borderlands. We just got to wait till the 13th. I just downloaded the Gap story mode for Borderlands 2.
The Lilith one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that in just so I can go through it to see.
I need to transfer my save from 360 to Xbox One. Do you have to do that, or does it automatically?
Just your character goes over.
Oh, does it? It doesn't. It doesn't save your progress.
No, so because like
See?
my Gunzerker, when I did, because I transferred all my characters over, and my Gunzerker still had his level, and all his powers unlocked and what have you, but I have to go through the story just like I never had before.
So
I'm just OP.
I hope that we can jump into that with a low level character because
Yeah,
that's
actually, you can because you can jump into it. Your low level character already starts at level 30.
okay. Because I'm like I want to play that, but I haven't played Borderlands 2 on Xbox One, so I don't have a save that's anywhere like progressed in the game.
Yeah, but your character's still high enough level that he can breeze through
Well,
it.
here's the thing though, my characters are all on 360, so do I still have to go to 360 and transfer it over? I put my 360 away.
I believe you could do it through. If the process involved shift, from what I
Well, maybe I'll
remember.
check out the website and see if I can do it there.
Yeah, because I remember it involved shift to do the transfer.
Yeah,
So
I'll check that out.
then we have the game that was hinted from Software and George R. Martin called Elden Ring. What'd
Yeah.
you think?
This is the one where the guy's hammering.
Yes, and you
And
break it apart.
no, was there gameplay? I don't remember there being any gameplay.
No, it was a very story based trailer because some of like the monsters were looking up to the sky and then they break into fire, and yeah, this was all like story based. So I took it as complete CG. But
But I'm interested. I
yeah,
mean, Gar Martin has time to write to help with this, but he doesn't have time to freaking finish his damn books.
well, he already told New Zealand they can lock him up and keep him there under quarantine until he
Yeah.
does. So we'll see. Then from there we got into the xCloud / console streaming stuff.
Yes.
What'd you take away from that? Did you
Uh,
understand most of it?
I'm glad that they came out and they told us what they're going to do. They gave us options. They said through your system can work as a server. It's not you entirely depending on a server farm somewhere else. So
Yeah.
that might help with latency issues. I'm assuming, and we're going to go into Bethesda right after this. I'm assuming they've also worked with Bethesda, and like Bethesda said, with their Orion-ish thing. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is bigger than just Microsoft. I mean, it's their thing with Azure, but also they've signed that agreement to work together with Sony, and I'm sure that they work with Bethesda. You know, I want to see what they got before Stadia. What they have entices me more than Stadia because we don't have to pay for this. You know.
And not only that, everything we have we already own.
Yes. Exactly.
So
So I'm cool with it. I'm happy with it. They said we're starting in October, which Stadia is starting in November, right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think also they said it starts in October, but that's an open beta, right?
Yeah. The open beta starts this fall.
Now I would try that if if it's for games like single player games where they're on Game Pass, right? Because then I wouldn't have to download it, but I technically would have access to it because I have Game Pass, right? So that's where I would use this.
I'm wondering if later down the road, not right instantly, if this will bring back some form of arcade, Xbox Live Arcade, that would be specifically used for this type of thing, where you don't have to download it, you just stream that arcade. You pick whatever you want to play. Because I can see that making a comeback and bringing back Xbox Live Arcade. So I don't know. It's a lot of possibilities in there.
Yeah, a lot, and I'm sure they're going to talk more about it this week as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Phil McCracken will figure something out.
If it's October that is starting, I'm sure they'll give us a little bit more information.
Yeah, because they if not now, then by Gamescom we should know more. We should know everything.
July or August.
August.
August, yeah.
Yeah. Then they broke into the system, and they mentioned it's the long video teasing graphics cards again and things like that. They talked about it having an SSD and how the SSD is being used as virtual RAM, which just gives developers more power to run their games, which is going to be interesting.
And it'll go faster, it'll load up faster.
Yeah, they were speaking about load times being practically non-existent. They specifically only spoke about the Scarlet, though.
Yeah, no mention of Anaconda or Lockhart, and so maybe they're just talking about it as like the umbrella of those.
The Lockhart was the all-digital edition.
Yeah, like the all-digital whatever.
Yes. Yeah, MCS. So, but I'm wondering, because they stated they had 3 SKUs. With this one, they mentioned just that one.
Just Project Scarlet.
Yeah, they said this one, and they said the Scarlet was going to be 8 times faster than what the X can do now.
Yeah, 8 times stronger, 8 times more powerful, where there was 8 times more powerful.
Yeah. So, my question to you: do you think they're just not going to have a secondary SKU, and they're just going to focus on the Scarlet being that most powerful system?
Honestly, I'd be fine if they only have one. I don't think they need to have 2. Not right out the gate, because then they're shooting themselves in the foot with trying to sell 2 consoles. So I don't. And then also, everything's only been rumors up until this point. So how much of the rumor has been truth? So
right. Well, we know the Scarlet is true because this is them.
They're getting and then one thing's coming with it that is really good.
Oh yes, finally for the first time since the first time, we're getting the Halo game to launch side by side with the system.
Yes.
So it's going to be a launch title for the Scarlet, and we saw an all new trailer.
CGI trailer. And then no, actually, they showed a CGI trailer, but then there was the point where it looked like it was
a nice little mix. Yeah.
It looked like gameplay or something.
Yeah, it was a nice mix of
its visor, and the guy, you could tell the textures changed.
Yeah. So seeing, I now this has me completely baffled because Chief's in his original armor, Mjolnir armor, because he has the 117 branding on it, and he's never in any of the Halo games never had the 117. All that was prior to Reach, when he was in training, that he had the 117 stamp, and through certain missions that have been explored in books and comics. From Halo 1 to Halo 4, we've never had that branding. How'd he get into this old armor? How'd he get stuck in space? We know he still doesn't have Cortana because obviously he looked at the chip.
It said AI not found or whatever.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah. So, dude, I'm like, give it to me now.
For more Halo. I was hoping they were going to give us a little gameplay, but
I wish
Oh,
they would have given us gameplay.
it would have been really cool to say, show us like this is actually running on the Scarlet. You know?
Oh no, I think they made reference to it, but not fully.
No, I'm saying though, if they would have shown us gameplay and said this is gameplay on the Scarlet.
Yeah.
But see, what I'm also assuming is though that CGI trailer was mixed with some of the engine when they went into his visual. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's at the highest they could do it, so it's possibly off Scarlet, or at least some.
I know. Prior to their show, they said everything was going to be shown on Scarlet Tech, but on inside a PC box. So everything that was shown was running off of Scarlet Tech,
Yeah.
according to Microsoft pre-show. So whether that's the case with this, don't know. So, but what I'm hoping will happen, just like the first Xbox, Halo was packaged in with the Xbox shortly after launch, not the original launch batch, but shortly after launch, Halo was given with the Xbox.
And
So
we didn't mention this, but they also said the new console's coming out holiday 2020, so it's next
yeah,
year.
yeah. So we gotta start saving up our pennies for those of us that want this thing. But
Every overtime I do, every little extra thing I do, that's going towards the system.
yep, I'm gonna have to tell a lot of games that I have to tell them. You know what? You're not day one anymore.
Well, think about it though. How many that they showed today are going to be going through day one with Game Pass? A bunch
Most
of
of
them.
most of them. Everything first party. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
and it was even Outer Worlds, which is first party but on multiple systems,
Yep.
multi-platform. Even that one's Game Pass.
Yeah.
Day
So
one.
that's the benefit of Game Pass now. 'Cause even if you don't buy it day one, you can still play it day one, have it loaded up, and you're good to go.
And this is part of the whole thing about our definition of us owning a game versus not owning a game.
Yeah.
Is if there's certain games like that we're on the fence about buying or that we know we want,
We
and
use Game
because
Pass for.
Game Pass, we're able to play it without having the risk of spending $60,
But
65.
not only that, if you can't afford all the games you want to play, and you want to wait until you can afford the one game, you can still play it off of your Game Pass
Mhm.
until you're able to just like get it for cheaper or get it at a later date.
Yeah.
You know, that's mostly my benefit for Game Pass. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that fact. So I don't have to figure out a couple $100 in games right off the bat because I don't need to buy all of them day one.
Yeah.
So should we head over to what finished off our night?
Yeah. Let's finish off. But
Do you want to run this one?
no, that's it. I mean, sure.
Very
But my last comments though, I will change what I said at the beginning. Let me change that. Like I said, it's at least I think they had a great conference. It's very strong. She gave us a lot of new games for different target audiences, covered all their bases. The two down moments were Age of Empires and Way to the Woods for me. But obviously, like I said, those are still two games that have an audience. So while they're not for me specifically, I appreciate everything that they showed, trying to cover all their bases and reach different people so everybody could play a game. So I'm really happy with what they did.
I agree. It was a good one. I think last year I gave it an A-, right?
I don't recall.
So I'm going to say this was like a B plus, just on account of I wish they would have had a little bit more time for the things that I mentioned. Yeah, you know, just a little bit more info would have been nice on those items, and that would be all right. You know,
I say like a B plus.
yeah,
But I think even then though, it's the most solid B plus that you can get for
exactly.
me. They didn't do anything other than the whole Battletoads thing, like PlayStation, where they're giving us stuff and pretending like it's coming out soon, and it's like promises and like, hey, they had the best conference because they gave us a trailer for something that doesn't come out for 7 years. They didn't do that except for Battletoads. So the fact that they didn't do that and they haven't been doing that the last few years, I
Right.
appreciate. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. So I'll let you, since you're the
All
bigger
right.
Bethesda guy. So
So
this one's
we
all
go
you, but
into Bethesda at 5:30, and they started off with a mobile game, which Todd Howard said we're going to talk about this game and this game. Oh, go talk. Oh, Blades. Now we're talking about Blades. Who cares about Blades? Apparently, Blades is doing really well. It's #1 game, and it's coming to Switch, which is actually pretty cool. And they showed you how the controls are going to work. Like, so that was like cool. For whoever else playing Blades out there, awesome. Go have fun with it. I don't know if the storyline in Blades is like when you. I know we played Blades on a phone, and it was like overheating the phone, right? And so I'm
it
wondering,
overheated yours, yeah.
yeah. So I'm wondering if we play it on the Switch, if it can better handle the game.
I'm sure it could. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So and if it's free, because it is free, since it's free, that would be interesting. Like I'll try it on my Switch, but at the same time, it's just a mobile game. So I'm wondering if it's gonna have the same controls on Switch as you do on mobile, or because you have a thumbstick, a joystick, you can actually just walk here with your character.
I'm hoping that they use the Switch controllers to their benefits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you're able to map it like that. Because if you can't, then that really doesn't make sense for them to port it over to the Switch to begin with.
Yeah.
So
I would
I'm
hope
I'm
use
definitely going to
those
play it. I enjoyed Blades when we played it last year,
Yeah.
and I have it on my phone.
But
So
even then, you could also play it on the TV if you have with your Switch docked. So
exactly
now it's gone from a mobile to a TV, like a full console game.
right. So that's why I would be more than happy to play it on the Switch.
All right. So then, Fallout 76 got a new expansion called Wastelanders, and this one brings human NPCs with full quest lines and dialogue trees coming for free this fall. I said yes, and then everybody in the crowd was all clearing and cheering and everything. The crowd was like, "Finally, you assholes! Finally, you gave us what we want." You know? And like, so I'm happy with that. Like, that makes me happy. It's been a few months since I played Fallout 76. It's been at least 3 months probably since I played Fallout 76. This definitely gives me even more incentive to jump back in because honestly, like if I want to play an open world game like Rage, I'd rather play Fallout. To be honest with you, I know the gunplay in Rage is better than Fallout.
Yeah.
It's way better than Fallout, but the Fallout has the other stuff that I like. So I don't know. What do you think? I know you haven't really played Fallout 76, but
And no, not since what was it, the beta?
the
Maybe.
beta, yeah.
Yeah, and I still want to get Fallout 76 and physically own it just to play with you so you have some, I can play with you. Now that you have the Wastelander stuff, which because that's the name of this add-on that has NPCs, they each have their own story and quests to go on. That gives me more reason to say, yeah, okay.
Now
What
it's more
I'm
like
not happy with though, what
what?
I'm not happy with though,
Still not free to play?
is the nuclear winter.
Okay, yeah. So Nuclear Winter is the other thing that's going to be able to play this week. So they said that you could play it this week with the trial, the free trial. I'm wondering if it's actually going live this week, period. Like it's now available in game from here on out. What it is it's Battle Royale in Fallout. I like what they're doing with it, like the fire from the nuclear bombs coming in. But honestly, like there's going to be some people that really enjoy this. There's gonna be some people that really enjoy this, and there's gonna be some people that don't even touch it. I probably will touch it once or twice to see what it's like, and then I'm gonna let it go. But you know what it reminded me of?
But
It reminded me of the original Fortnite, like the
say
original Fortnite, not this Fortnite battle royale stuff that goes on, but the original Fortnite that
save
they
the world.
started like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of, and I was like, okay, interesting, because you could still do your camp, set it up, and everything, and have gunners stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty interesting.
I don't know. I'm totally on
They,
the fence with them. If anybody could make it work, it could be them. But I have no interest in the battle royale mode. I
they,
stick to it. It's the worst game type out there. It serves no
the crowd
purpose.
seemed to be happy about it, or at least entertained by it.
I think that crowd was a little too one-sided, and they were just cheering to cheer because
They were
Bethesda was on
they were
stage.
neat, but worse.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So,
Uh,
to be fair, I completely disavowed the fans when it came to this, because I know in the back of their mind, a few of them were saying, "Are you freaking kidding me?" But I'm here anyway. Bethesda, yay!
I
No,
will say this though, but the bringing of the Wastelanders, which is going to start off year two, that's the first another step in the right direction for the game. They got to keep supporting the game, keep making it better, and it'll bring some people back to it. Like it'll bring you to it, you know.
yeah,
So I'm happy with what they gave us for Fallout 76. After that, it was Ghostwire Tokyo, and this one looks interesting, and it looks like their answer to Death Stranding, almost. But right, it's
yeah. I'm like, I was trying to figure that out because I'm like, I couldn't understand what the female woman who came out to talk about it for
she came
certain
out
things.
on roller skates, right?
I didn't even pay attention to that.
I
So,
think she came out on roller skates.
but when she was talking about the game, I know she said
People are
apocalyptic.
disappearing. People are
Yeah,
disappearing.
so I took it when I saw it. It was like, okay, so it's the rapture. It's the religious
It
rapture.
looked like there was a team of like 5 people that were making people disappear.
Right.
So no, it gave me super Death Stranding vibes. That like this trailer doesn't make sense. The only thing they told us is people are disappearing and we don't know what's going on in Tokyo. So okay, there's that, but what's the rest of it?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's my thing. Is like I want to know more because it looked good, but I'm
so
like, huh?
before we're even done with this yet, I want to say though Bethesda had a lot more games than I thought they were going to talk about. A lot more games than I thought they were going to talk about. I probably thought they were going to have half of the amount of things that the topics.
I agree.
The thing, huh?
I agree. I'd expect as many.
The next thing was the Elder Scrolls Online. Elsewhere, they showed the video, which is freaking badass. I love when they do these videos, man. I love these CG trailers.
I
It's
was
like my
so I was so happy to see the continuation of this video with this trailer, but I'm so pissed that it's to be continued again.
yeah. I need to start watching where it started at because I thought
Last
that was.
year's, if you go to last year's Bethesda show, because that's the first one.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah,
They also announced Dragonhold, which is going to be the fourth quarter DLC. Um, and then they also announced Scalebreaker that comes in August.
yeah,
Uh,
that's going to be the new dungeon DLC for August.
yeah,
So that's what we have look forward to. I
yeah.
mean, I'm having fun with Elsewhere, so all I can say, I started my Necromancer, Sean. If you want to jump in early as a new character, I'm more than willing to run with you because she's only a level 8,
Okay.
and you
Well,
can
like I
catch her
said,
pretty quick.
one of these days maybe I'll feel like it and I'll just do it.
Uh,
Next up, we had Commander Keen, where they compared it to a Saturday morning cartoon in the video game form. And
are you are you familiar with Commander Keen, or
apparently
is
it was
that
one
before
of
your
their
time?
first. It was apparently one of their first games they put out back in the day. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, so
This
Commander
looked like a
Keen,
game to
like
me.
like like Commander Keen and Duke Nukem came around the same time,
Yeah.
and the original Duke Nukem was a side-scrolling little cartoony platformer, and Commander Keen was the same way. You were this little superhero type guy with a rocket, and you could do all these different weapons or what have you. So, but it was a side-scrolling platformer.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that they brought this franchise back, but instead of playing as him, you're playing as his twin kids, and it's a
Billy.
multi. Yeah, Billy and Billy.
Yeah. And just spelled differently, with a Y and an IE.
I thought it was cute. I thought,
Yeah. No, so here's the thing. Like, so it's coming out this summer on mobile. Summer starts June 21st, and it goes for 3 months, 3 months or whatever. I think that the game is more targeting like younger audiences, but at the same time, I also got this vibe like she was trying really hard to present it, but wasn't entirely sold on it. You know, I don't know. I just got that vibe from her. You know, so
Maybe that's picking up on something.
Yeah,
It's understandable.
The next thing we had was Elder Scrolls Legends, and they gave us a live-action trailer where a kid gets warped into a tavern to
I
play, and
live in that world.
he's gonna like he's watching where these people are playing next to him, and the guy loses and he gets killed or something. He gets
Yeah.
stabbed, so he's like, "Oh shit." Have you played Legends? I mean, we played it over there at E3.
I play Legends consistently because I have it on my PC, and
Okay.
I like the fact because like Gwent, it has a single player in there, so you don't always have to play with someone else. So, but yeah, I love playing Legends. It's very deep for a card game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They next went on to Rage 2, and they're just talking about.
but they also announced something for that Legends. They announced the Moons of Elsewhere.
Yes. And
So,
if you go download it right now through the 17th, you get extra bonus stuff.
yeah.
E3. We went to Rage 2, and I missed the title on this. I know it's something of Ghosts. Is it Legend of Ghosts expansion that they're going to
Something like
bring?
that.
It's
Something
something
like
of
that. I
Ghosts.
missed the first part too because I wrote Ghost Expansion.
And then
And
they didn't go back to it. They just showed it once for a couple seconds and went away from it.
yeah,
And so that's cool. I like it. Glad they're continuing to focus on it, of course. Um,
they also mentioned that there's going to be stuff releasing weekly starting now.
yeah, they
So
were talking about how they've had weekly user trials and things you're trying to do,
yeah,
activities.
they
So
did.
that's been going.
They've had two so far, and they gave you two
On.
skins for completing them.
Yeah, one was with a gun, I think, to get
That's
all
still
the kills or something. Yeah. They went over to Wolfenstein. They talked about Cyberpilot.
great.
Cyberpilot is releasing this summer. That's the VR thing. And then they talked about Youngblood, which is coming out July 26th, right? Or June
Yeah,
26th, July 26th.
like 26.
And so they showed us a new trailer for Youngblood. That was pretty damn awesome. It was they showed gameplay. It was just two people just freaking running around, just tag teaming, mowing people down. And I was like, I can't wait to play this game. This is gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna be buying that game. I can put a buy by that. But yeah, what do you think?
No, yeah, it looks good. I know I have my favorite sister already, so I would love to play only as her,
The blonde or the brunette?
the brunette.
Okay.
She looks badass.
Yeah. And they both are wearing like the suits, which is cool. I like that. Um, Next thing they had was the new Arcane Studio guys and what they're developing now that they're done with Dishonored, and it was Deathloop. It's a game that's a story based thing, but you're well, just like with 12 minutes, you're like stuck in a time loop, and
Yep.
you go about doing things differently. I'm assuming that it's single player, but you could play either from the guy's perspective or the girl's perspective. That's what I'm assuming. But they didn't get too much into the
They
weeds
really
about.
didn't go into the meat of it.
Yeah, they didn't get too much into the weeds about it. They kind of just let us see this trailer, and the trailer looks really cool, like the action of it. Now, obviously, I would hope that the action of the game is going to try to mimic that, but we'll see. So really interesting. And did you notice the title on it it wasn't Deathloop, it was Deathloop.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it's Deathloop in quotations.
because maybe it's not a death loop. Maybe there's something else coming out of it.
Well, see, what I was thinking watching it was like when they were talking about it, like the only thing I know is I have to kill you to end this time loop, or the only thing I know is I have to kill you to keep this thing going, right? The girl wants to keep it going, the guy wants to end it. I was thinking, well, what if they kill each other at the same time, right when they said that, and then next thing you know, they're jumping at each other, shooting. I was like, oh shoot, they're gonna kill each other at the same time. It's gonna work.
It nullifies everything.
Yeah, it's gonna cancel out, right? Then we had what we mentioned earlier is the Orion game streaming, and they came out to talk about that, and they're talking about how this is going to be at a game-based level, not a server level. So this will help the games, I guess, compress and communicate with everything.
Yeah.
So, What do you think about this? I think it's good. I think it's a good thing to do.
When they first started talking about it, they mentioned that it was a streaming service
Yeah.
for gamers to use. Yeah, streaming technology for gamers to use. And when they first mentioned that had me a little taken aback because because they first mentioned it just like that, and I'm like, okay, what are we looking at? Another Mixer/Twitch thing? And
That's
then
what I think it was gonna be too.
yeah, and then when they really got down to it, I'm like, oh, okay.
So yeah. I was scared that like, damn it, now I have to make another username, another password, another account. And then when they talked about it more, what I understood it as is like, no, it's baked into the code of the game, or
Yeah,
baked into
and
the
that's
code of the
only and that's specifically to help the game stream better for those upcoming services,
yes.
like we've mentioned, Google and then Microsoft with
And they
the X.
mentioned it as well, Stadia, xCloud, whatever. And so I'm hoping that they are working hand in hand with them to make sure that Google Stadia as well as Microsoft xCloud communicates the best using
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
hope.
same here.
Then the last thing they ended their show with was Doom Eternal. It's coming out on my birthday. I'm buying myself a birthday present on November 22nd. And you know what? I was pumped. I thought this was freaking awesome. The gameplay, it took me right back to Doom 2016, and it just looks freaking awesome.
I
Fast.
think I think this kills 2016
Yeah,
kills
it's like
because
another level higher.
the one thing that Doom has always has been missing is it's been great as an FPS, scary shooter, but it's had no backbone, no actual story ish to the point that, and there's a whole universe built around this game. And they talked about going to heaven and going to all these different, you're going through different dimensions, which I'm like, boom, that's exactly what you guys needed for Doom.
Yes.
I was so on board with this, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. But that's awesome.
I thought it looked amazing. I'm pumped to play that again. That one, like I said, coming out this year. So Wolfenstein, I'll be getting next month, and Doom, two awesome first-person shooters that I just cannot wait to play. And then they also showed their multiplayer stuff. They had a new mode where it was like 2v1. So it's like, and they played it off like it was Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, like round one, fight, round two, fight.
They said it's a fighting game. It's
Yeah,
battle. It's Doom
it's
battle.
like, yeah, battle mode. It's like super straightforward, like almost like Mario Kart, multiplayer. Like you're only playing with people that are playing, So it looks cool. Honestly, though, I don't play Doom for the multiplayer. I play it for that single player joy of just freaking mowing things down.
Yeah.
So I'm just past that point in life where a lot of multiplayer, unless it's working together, I've lost my interest in it a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
So
this could still fit that itch because if you're playing as a demon, you got your buddy with you.
yeah, and it looked like some of those demons could spawn other demons.
Well, yeah, the each of the individuals they're able to spawn other demons to keep the
Other AI demons or whatever.
to keep the marine at bay, to distract. Which it all takes a good game plan, but I could see people playing as a demon really teaming up and going to hell on for Doom Marine. They also mentioned collector's edition.
That was cool. You get the collector's edition for Doom, and you get a wearable helmet. And somebody in the stands was wearing it already, and it looked badass. It looked really badass.
I'm tired of these. At least this one's wearable, not like the Mortal Kombat one. Because I have to look at that Mortal Kombat one every day at the store, and I'm like, somebody please buy it. So I'm sick of looking at it.
See, the Titanfall one or Titanfall 2 is wearable.
Yeah, I remember the video.
Yeah, I wore it during unboxing. But again, like as much as I want it, you know what? I'm not going to get it. I'm going to hold off. That's probably going to be another $200 right there.
No, that's not a probably. That's a guarantee. It's going to be
Yeah.
about $200.
Yeah, and so yeah, these collector's editions I've got to slow down on them. So,
Yeah. I'm so grateful I didn't do the Fallout 76 collector's edition with the hot mess
yeah,
that was.
they just are sending out the bags now this week, this coming
Yeah,
week.
yeah. We still have a PlayStation 4 version in the store.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it has a nylon bag, and there's no way to get the canvas bag because you had to submit your request before May 19th
Yeah.
or March 19th. So that was all for Bethesda. I'll say mine. You can finish it up, and then
Sure.
do go from there. I feel again like this was a pretty solid one. As like I mentioned while we're talking about it, way more things, more topics, more games than I thought they were gonna have. So that surprised me. But it was not other than Doom and Wolfenstein. Um, known quantities, like known titles.
Yeah.
Uh, those are the only two
Mm,
really. They
one,
had a lot of smaller stuff, a lot of smaller stuff.
3, 4. I'm looking at 5 out of the
Well, I'm
list.
saying okay, let me rephrase this. They did talk about Fallout 76, and they did talk about the whole Wastelander thing. So that's a big title, right? They did talk about Testo elsewhere and talk about the DLCs. But again, it's focusing on DLCs, same as Fallout 76. With Elder Scrolls Blades, it's a port as well of a mobile
Yeah,
game.
I ain't count Blades.
Yeah, and then so you have Rage 2, which is focusing on an expansion. And then so you have Wolfenstein, the two things from Wolfenstein. You have Deathloop is a new one, but it's again unknown. And
Yeah.
then you have Eternal. So I'm saying the main thing I'm focusing on is new games that are known quantities. Like you have Wolfenstein and Doom. There's other stuff that's known quantities, but they're focusing on DLC and stuff.
Yeah.
It's solid. It was a solid show. I think Microsoft was better. I would say for me it's a B minus.
I agree wholeheartedly. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't finish off with another tease. Like last year, we got the stupid tease that pissed me off, but I still loved it with
Yeah,
ESO. This year, I would have loved if they would have teased us with, Starfield. So that would have been great. I know it's not ready, but you had a tease for ESO
yeah,
6. You could have teased us again with whatever this is going to be.
yeah. I was the only part I was sad about or unimpressed about with this one was that they didn't have a band playing.
That's quite all right. I didn't need Andrew WK. I'm so grateful they didn't have Andrew WK.
And WK when they're playing. But yeah, otherwise though, like I said, I'm at a B minus for this one. I was happy with it. I was happy with the Fallout stuff that they start. That I know they started with Blades, but that was pretty quick, and then they got into Fallout 76, and they focused on it. They said they're continuing to stick with it. It's more than just a 1 year thing for them, so I'm happy.
I think it's hysterical how they made it seem like, oh yeah, we always had this plan in the woodworks.
I don't think they had the plan to bring the human NPCs and the quest
Of
lines and
course they
dialogue,
did not. They had no intentions on ever
but
bringing that.
here's what I'll say though: is I bet you they did have a plan to continue supporting it for multiple
Oh
years.
yeah, that I agree wholeheartedly. But the fact that they made it seem like, oh yeah, we've always had planned for the NPCs and the storylines and what have you. I'm like, come on,
They
guys.
take it that way. I think that they were saying as the bigger picture of supporting it past year one.
We'll agree to disagree, but I know all this came about because of all the
Yeah,
complaints from the
because of
fans.
the fans. That's why I'm
Yeah,
saying
so
they weren't talking about. I don't think they were talking about that. That came to pass. I think because of the fans and everything, and I think they are acknowledging that. And so I think their plan was to support it though with as a whole,
I
and
mean,
that's what. But either way, it's being supported.
I still like the fact that they did it with such humility and they were joyous about it and they were like, "Yep, this is what we got for you. Go for
Yeah,
it."
yeah,
And everything's free, so
that's a
go
good
for
point
it.
as well.
Yep.
Good thing as well.
So, Sean, where can we find you?
All right, join me on Xbox and PlayStation. Swisher Up and Swish 187. It's opposite order. Opposite order. Join me on Nintendo. Check our Facebook to get the friend code. Let's play some Smash Brothers or some Mario Kart, and let's have a good time playing some games.
All right, guys. As always, thank you for listening to us. Tomorrow we have who's up for tomorrow?
Ubisoft,
Square Enix.
Square Enix tomorrow, and then I think the PC one is tomorrow too, but I don't ever pay attention to that.
Wasn't
And then
Devolver Digital tonight?
Devolver Digital is after. Devolver Digital is tonight. Yeah, but late tonight I think, or it's late tomorrow night. It's either late tonight or late tomorrow night.
Could be going on right now because it's like 11:30 my time. So
It could be.
anyway, well,
If it is,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see who comes what. But as always, you can catch us on the podcast, catch our Facebook page, follow the YouTube channel, where of course you're seeing this. And as always, until next time, catch you on the dark side.
aka Geeks.